Welcome to Love Triangles. Let's also check in what brought you here and what do you expect to get from this session? Maybe it was a scary discussion that we had about October. Maybe it was something else that you would like to discuss here. But when I said triangles, astrological triangles, what was there that piqued your interest, that you decided to say, God, for sure, I got to join this. That is going to be for me, at least you might say curious. I want to see what is it all about. You can see my screen, right? You can see my PPT and I can see your chat. So please don't be shy. What are you expecting from the session? It's like your intention setting. What you want to get here, according to that, is going to be served to you by me. Screen is visible. I can see your curiosity. Yeah, wonderful. Ankita is joining most of the sessions. Renu, you are totally right. Let's speak about look, yeah, we'll speak about all different kind of relationships with the focus on family. Of course, for main focus, we'll speak about love, man and woman, man and man, I don't know, woman and woman, but kind of love relationships. But we're going to touch about different types of triangles as well. October is the best for this. Guys is seriously going to prepare us some wonderful exams. I'm sure you're going to pass these exams, and I think after session today, my main objective, why I want to run this, I want to give you guys the sense that even this is somehow under my control. And this control starts from inside. Of course, everything in our life is ours. And this control comes not from tracking where your husband goes and where your wife, what your wife is doing, where your husband is going. Not this kind of control. I hope you understand that control comes from that feeling. I understand what is that. I understand from where is it happening. I have clarity about it, and then certainly that is my life to create it how I want it to be. Interesting topic up how honestly things that how damn people don't have courage, integrity to be honest. Yeah, different people, not only in relationship, feeling of honesty is very different for different people. So let's go. Let's start it. First, I want to bring your attention to the shape of triangle. What do you think when it comes, when you see that? What feeling comes when you see a perfect triangle? By the way, in science, in mathematics, in geometry, in ancient philosophy, what was the mix of geometry, Pythagoras, Plato, all these ancient beautiful minds, they always mix math, science, and philosophy. Synergy, balance, stability, I would say, right? Look at this. How stable is a triangle? So once we find this point of stability, in many cases in life, it's very difficult to exit this kind of triangles. That's also interesting observation. 3 points, three types of relationships. In religion, across different religions and traditions, we see point three, different kind of uh, different, you can say, incarnations of the same creator, the same beginning, in different. We are not going to go into religion today, but yes, topics of three, topics of kind of connection. How we see it in astrology also, we have some pure spiritual beginning, yeah, from somewhere out there. We have this rotten, stinking material world, material ground, earth, place where we experience duality, sin, lie, angry, all these bad things. Somewhere out there is purity of the spirit, and in the middle is our human soul as a connector, as the channel, our heart, our human spirit in material world is also 3. It's also element of 3 here. Everything here comes in 3. And I want to, just before we go to 3, I want to start with 2, because it is also fundamental for astrology, religion, philosophy, that everything in material world, it's a transaction, it's interaction, right? As soon as you breathe, you interact. You interact with people, you interact with things around you. If you don't interact, you are not alive. That's the definition of life. Some kind of stone and crystal has interactions and transactions, right? Of course, certainly plants and animals, and of course, certainly us humans. So let's start with 2. 2 is a transaction, definition of transaction that we have. We have a channel. Somebody gives, somebody receives. We actually, if I just ask ChatGPT and I ask about duality, we start with duality, certainly, right? Duality is just 2, give and receive, push and pull, active and passive. We call it also symbolically, guys, please pay attention, dear ladies. Symbolically, it's called male and female. But just to be fair, I also changed the picture, because inside of us, we females, we have equal amount of active energy, and our males have equal amount of passive energy. We have inner male, inner female. Our husbands have inner female, and very gentle one too. We forgot about it when we heard their feelings. So male, female in terms of active, passive, both are equally important. Sometimes within the same minute, we exercise both. Right? Whatever I say should be very familiar for you. Nothing different here, nothing very strange here. Right now, what am I doing? I'm giving, you are receiving. I am here male, you are female here. I am I am on the top. Forgive me for my. Within seconds, you will give me feedback, and I will be receiving, and you will be giving, right? So same with resources. It's like continuous flow, and as long as we keep this balance, and both, of course, both are equally important. No matter what is our gender, we cannot just stick to one role. We cannot completely move into passive energy. We cannot completely move into active. Passive is the time when we recharge our battery. How much we said we need meditation, we need ritual, we need somebody else to talk. Katrina will talk, you will recharge your batteries today. You will read some book, you will receive. So this is all our recharge. Just before, I want to also say, so duality or dyad, it's 2. Before that comes step 1, monada. Mono is when you realize I am myself is also something, someone. If that step is completed, and that's why psychologists or therapists or again everyone, coaches, trainers will scream at you, please, childhood, everything starts there, separation from mom, dad. Why is it important? No, you don't have to move out. You can live in the same house with your mom, dad, the whole life. It's about emotionally feeling that this is me and this is everyone else. This is me and this is life. That is monada. From this feeling of completeness, we are able to start dyada. Dyada is our transaction relationships. We don't go there today, but yes, of course, lots of issues will start from point of separation. First from mom, when we start attaching more to our fathers at some point in our childhood, and moms resisting this. Not a lot of moms are ready to separate from their children. Why is it? It's a different story. For that, we need parenting webinar. Why moms put so much, how many moms in my experience tell me, Katrina, my son is the main love of my life, not husband. We start picking up Abha on the first grains of truth. And this is one of the grains. So appropriate age of growing up, appropriate feeling of who I am myself. And then we enter our first transactions. Way before any husbands, we have transactions with significant others, teachers, best friends, of course. That's the beginning. That's our first solid transaction, first solid relationship. And in astrology, I want to show you something. You don't have to read this chart, it's just a sample, example. But it's symbolical that everything in this material world has a transaction yin and yang, dark and light. And in astrology, we have a space in the chart that we call me. This is the segment where everything is about me, myself. What is curious about it? Right across, that is a segment for significant others. Beginner astrologer will tell you, that is house of marriage. We don't treat it as house of marriage. We put all other people, significant others, into that segment, starting from your best friend, and fine, husband somewhere also there. But even when we have relationship like you and me, you are my clients are also significant others. And recently I noticed how we say our significant other is our best mirror, reflection. What I don't want to know about me, I can see it from my husband, right? He will show it to me. And nowadays, I see a lot what I don't want to know about me, my shadows, something hidden from me. My clients are showing it to me because they're also significant others. So when you guys have business relationships, partnerships, they all belong there, and it's also transaction. Transaction not in terms of money, it's exchange of energy, our transaction. What did you notice, especially non-astrologists who can see this chart first time in your life? If you see it, what do you notice? It's exactly 180 degrees. Here's your yin and yang, because everything is symmetrical in the chart. So whatever this part will be, it's almost opposite comes across and represented in many cases by our husband. So if I am soft and gentle, by definition, my husband will come as disciplined and strict. If I am magical and spiritual, my husband will come as a logical, practical, pragmatic, just by the structure of the chart. So, and it's wonderful. I think it's exactly how it's supposed to be. We cannot be exactly the same. We got to be slightly different. We learn from each other. So far, so good. No questions about what I ask, or maybe some observations. Let me take a pause. We have a lot of time. On this point of connection, transaction, first definition of relationship, how do you guys feel? Empaths and psychopaths. See, in the chart, in astrology, we don't define people as a psychopath. Empathic people, yes, it's like you can say sensitive versus more material, right? Not necessarily psychopath. They have just like logic and magic, flying somewhere into daydreams, into some clouds, or standing strongly on the ground, on material earth. We also go through a lot of transitions because topic of karmic task, we learn something new. And in many cases, we learn this new thing from our partner who is different from us. We always have some overlaps. It's not just one. We have lots of elements of the chart. And that overlap that keeps us together, that makes things a little bit easier. We are not exactly opposite. We have some overlap. We survive on this overlap in the difficult times. In the good times, we learn from each other from these blind spots that we cannot really feel in ourselves. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's the whole purpose of the marriage. That's the purpose of the marriage, is to this kind of friction against each other. Like we have some complementary, like how bones on the hand. We can find these complementary points, but there is always a friction because the second person is also growing and changing all the time. I think it's beautiful. I think it's just when parents come to me asking, please select a date for the marriage so that this couple will be always happy and never experience any difficulties or bad days. Astrologer here is saying, no, look, I will of course select the date of your marriage so you don't screw up something completely or select some completely strange person. Don't even get me started about romantic love. But we understand that the conflict is also a transaction. Misunderstanding is also a transaction. And it's exactly those sharp points during our life that is showing us the growth, where we're supposed to grow. So here we are doing great. Now let's move a little bit more into triangles. You guys ready? What triangles do you know? Now, from your psychological maybe background, you read a lot of books, you guys come on video, why I see 4 people only? 4 people only, thank you. I mean, one is me. I see Gopika, Abha, and Ankita. Thank you so much. I'm happy to run the session for you. Everybody else, totally fine if you multitask and you have to run around with your kids. I'm happy to do it. But I want to see your smiles, your reactions on my jokes. If my joke has no reaction, means it's not funny. I will not make any jokes. That is also cool. So when I said triangle of relationship, anybody heard here about drama triangle? Drama triangle, Cartman Byrne. Cartman Byrne. Drama triangle. Victim, abuser, or prosecutor. Prosecutor maybe sometimes is a better word. It's like a judge, prosecutor, and rescuer. Out of our beautiful transaction, one-on-one, him and me, yin and yang, we somehow shift. Somehow during our life, we keep entering different triangles of the drama, and we keep switching roles all the time. No, yeah, presented, firstly, let's start with the victim position. Sweetest possible position in this triangle. It is so sweet to stay a victim. Why? Oh, you get so many secondary benefits. Compassion and understanding, support, and actually you don't have to do anything because you're a victim anyways. You know, permission of being the victim of situation. Katrina, I have no choice, you don't understand. I cannot do anything here, hence secondary benefit of doing nothing, just kind of chilling. Yeah, of course, on the surface it feels like, oh my God, somebody's here, kind of abuser, there is a need to be rescuer. But ladies, you at your level of development should capture yourself when you fall into victim. I see it all the traditional consultation. Wife is a victim, husband is tyrant, abuser, and prosecutor. Katrina is the rescuer, to the rescue. And when I was a baby astrologer, when I was a baby coach, I would actually enter this triangle as a rescuer, as an emotionally empathic kind of representative of advice and hope in this situation. Why I'm smiling about it? No, number one, of course, I'm not a baby anymore and I will not enter your drama. But secondary, how quickly roles in these triangles change all the time, right? Guys, let's look into, my chat GPT was creating some good examples for us. First example, who is here? Who is who in this triangle? Non-motivated husband sitting on the couch playing PS5. Wife is highly advanced student of academies and you know, pursuing herself and a member of Cats Club and Books Club. Who is here the victim? Who is here the abuser and prosecutor here? Right? Quickly, roles are changing. Yes, from the position, if this husband comes to me for consultation, she is the total abuser and prosecutor and just leave me alone, I want to play my PS5, right? And who is PS5 here? PS5 here is the is a girlfriend here. And the wife is a prosecutor and abuser. So we are very careful about these roles. Very often we see the opposite reaction, right? A wife is sitting home, minding her own business. Husband decides to become this motivator. Here you don't see the husband. Here, motivational speaker. You got to do more with your life. Time for you to also to find yourself. Look at me, I have the office job. Very often, maybe half of the cases these days. So she's also feeling like a victim. Sometimes it's switching in the same people, right? Very, very quickly. So what I want you to remember from the slides, that no matter which role you play in the drama triangle, it's not the most ecological. It's not the most ecological. Both of the sides have some benefits and have some pros and cons, but the best position in life is outside of triangle of the drama. Here's one more for you example. Gadget, son, and mom. And mom here will be switching roles between abuser, prosecutor, and rescuer. 1 second she's a motivating rescuer. You can do better. Success is awaiting you. Like, why mom is so motivating. So child can grow successfully. What does it mean? That somebody will buy mommy a house when mommy is old and retired, right? If he's into gadgets all the time, like father is into gadgets, son into gadgets. Also, mystery of astrology. If husband is into gadgets, what are the chances of this? 100%. All right. So mom is also a motivator. Same person in the same transaction, in the same relationship, plays double roles all the time. Familiar? What is your examples, guys? Role switching within a couple of hours between the same. Also, a difficult case, even ChatGPT didn't want to give it to me, but I insisted here. 1 minute, he is the drunk abuser, and she's the victim. Sincerely, yeah, I agree. I agree. Victim and abuser. Immediately, she's the rescuer, right? And he is kind of the victim. And abuser is this bottle of whiskey. Immediately, within a couple of hours, morning time, he wakes up, she's the rescuer. And people stuck in this. That's what I think I want to tell you before we move ahead, that in triangles are very stable figure. Geometrically, they're so stable. It takes a lot of efforts of coach, therapist, or life itself to kick the victim out of abusive triangle. Katrina, you don't understand, I have children. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. What do you guys think? How children will feel here? In this this goes for 10, 20, 30 years. This is non-stop drama. Children are here. Children are what? Benefiting from mommy and daddy? Having this non-stop drama? Very, very stable position. Okay, astrologers here, trapped and helpless, but she's not, right? She's not, Abha. You can see that this is the sweetness of this role. It's a sweetness of drama. It's like without it, what is there to do? No, really, if she will exit, okay, assume that she will exit, pack kids and go. She got to do something. Grow, find yourself, give something to this world, leave your mark, write some book, open YouTube channel, work in some hospital maybe. No, so many things to do. But they all fall into category of unknown. Yeah, unknown. And this falls into category of very well familiar. 100% I know what it is, plus it has additional sweetness of excitement, adrenaline, drama. Then it's switching to I'm so good, look at me, I sacrificed myself, I'm the beautiful rescuer here with some wings and angel. Angel coming here with the wings. Imagine boost of self-esteem and ego in the morning when she brings him to the doctor. I will never desert you. I will save you. A rescue role is also very sweet. So, and very well researched. I will switch to something more. I will switch to something more positive. Very well researched topic of victimology. Why people stay so long in such a helpless situations? Yes, because anything is better than change. Change is the worst thing. Personal growth is the most difficult thing in this world. Stockholm, you guys know about Stockholm syndrome. When the victim falls in love with her abuser, kidnapped victims after 10, 15 days of being kidnapped, find some way to adapt and stay and fall in love with the situation because I don't have to run away at least. I'm okay here. I don't have to change. Fear of unknown, fear of the changes. What will be the strategies to exit? Actually, two things we can do. If you, who here feels that in some segments of your life, somewhere, not in everything, usually it's not across the whole life. I'm pretty sure that quite a lot of your life situations are not drama and not triangle, but could be in some. Maybe it's work situation. Some people get into drama triangle with their work. Yeah, I have no choice. Work is abuser, Netflix is rescuer, and you are the victim. Here, for 10 years, for 20 years, for 30 years, I have no choice. This is the victim vocabulary. I have no choice. So, it could be money. Money is abuser. Again, you are the victim. Saving account is the rescuer. Growing. One day you can break away. So two options here. One option is survive. Stay in a more comfortable position. We can discuss if somebody is fearful of changes, because exit will certainly require strong change here. But survival is also maybe applicable. What do you guys think? Again, it comes from research on victimology of the criminal science. Purely drama triangle at the worst. When, let's say, you find yourself in a dark parking lot in the middle of the night, and there is some dude with some gun comes on you, worst possible ever situation. He is certainly a persecutor, you certainly might become a victim. What will be the strategy according to criminal science that will 100% quite close to success ratio? What the victim should do? What the victim should be doing. I'm using this example, of course, to get insights into more practical, realistic life kind of situation. Hide, oh my God, it will be so exciting for you. Gopika, you just bumped the game for him 2 levels higher. It just became 2 times more interesting. Not only to escape, much more interesting, critical. Oh, now he has something to chase. He has something to hide. Of course, it's a criminal. It's a maniac kind of what you said, psychology here. But look at my dogs. As soon as I start running from them, they will chase me. It's like, oh, you just brought it up. Okay, Kamal is here digging into something. How you became, what is just shocking this kind of criminals to such degree that they will just drop the gun and go away crying? You become rescuer. Gentle, understanding, empathic. So, oh my God, what happened to you? Stop, wait a second. No, gun is not required. I really want to understand. Please don't worry about this dark parking lot. Come to my place. I will feed you. I will give you dinner. Let me, you wonderful human being here in front of me. what happened to you? What brought you to this? Maybe mommy did something to you in the childhood. Maybe daddy didn't understand. Of course, I understand when you're in a dark place, it's the last thing that comes to your mind and you're likely to run. But in kind of domestic abuse or things that when we can keep ourselves more in control, switching role. You're not a victim anymore. You are his rescuer. This is like all these instincts of chase, aggression, abuse. He will be a crying baby in front of you. No, okay. Now, what we can learn from this criminal science? It helps if you're in drama triangle and indeed you cannot exit for some time. We'll discuss more ecological approach to exit the whole shit completely. But if you got to survive for some time, try to switch your roles. Again, this is not you a victim anymore. I think she's doing this, right? This lady, that's how she's surviving, from victim to rescuer. Husband is crying, telling you you're the best wife I can possibly have. Thank you for your understanding. That's one. Any thoughts so far before I keep shocking you more? What mom, what mom should do here? She tried mutilation. She tried, let's sort out topics of gadgets. She tried to be abuser. She tried to be motivator. Even worse. What can be a shocking change? So the baby, this dude will put his praise good behavior, say, mom, ignore. You say, yeah, whatever. Yeah, critica. Supporter. Sit next to him. Say, give me second remote. Give me second remote. I will play with you. What are you playing? Chasing car, okay, give it to me. Drinking beer, okay, give me one beer, second PS5, and let's do it together. Son will be like, I will never play PS5 again in my life. Mom is playing with me. This is cringe. This sucks. Mom, go away from here. It's kind of shocking things, but no, speaking about gadgets, of course, obviously, it's not about sitting next to him and the whole family playing PS5. Is exit strategy is the understanding why he is doing this. Because life sucks, boring. So that is for super mindful moms, those who are ready again for exit and change. Why he's sitting here and playing PS5? I'm not a stupid kid, right? Because everything else is more boring. Stories, no, you will see it soon. They're growing, they're smart kids. They don't give a shit about your personal life story. Okay, they want fun, not fun. It's like, no, something to do. And if they have a choice of homework, tutor, TV, which is extremely boring, go to clean your room. Outside is, I don't know what to do. Yes. Yeah, Shweta, let him learn by himself, but also provide more alternative. If he would have alternative, a bunch of great friends, that's natural alternative for teenager or even for preteen from 7 years of age. We always say mom is the worst partner for games. Mom is not a game partner. Peers group outside, go outside, play, do, without any PS5s, without any gadgets. Just explore. Yeah, allow actually him to run away, Kirtana. Because again, mom is not the best partner, right? And probably he'll find a lot of interesting things without mom, with a bunch of friends. Like imagine a village, inside the village, courtyard, and all kids of different ages spend 24/7 outside. Well, astrology is a very ancient science. We believe that is the exit. It's very difficult for even for Shannon to find play partners after school. Everybody is busy. Tutor, tennis class, Lego lesson, something, right? So in this precise scheduled life with no free play, they crave something else, something else. But that is different topic. Maybe it's a topic of parenting webinar. But yes, again, see, mindfulness. I'm going to bring you guys to this. I'm going to make you feel like you can exit this. You don't need to keep switching roles in this same old drama. Strategies to exit the drama, step above, move out of victim rescuer, move to your inner adult. In this life, we are not slaves, we are not chained here. We always have choice. Agree? This is the marker, this is the language marker, vocabulary of inner adult. I have no choice. It's an inner child and victim. Inner child we need, but traumatized inner child becomes a victim. I don't understand. Please help, Katrina. I'm just not getting this. Can somebody please help? Can somebody understand? Myself, I'm not able to do it. Somebody who come rescue. It's a victim. Yes? So we say, oh, I have choice. Accept and acknowledge secondary benefits of victim position or rescuer position or abuser position. Maybe you're more likely to take up abuser role in your family. Maybe you're the one bugging the brains of your husband. Go find something, do something with your life finally, right? There's also, he will be victim for some reason and you will be abuser slash motivator rescuer. Acknowledge, understand, research, journal, extract out of your subconscious mind the secondary benefits. There is only secondary benefit creates the feeling I have no choice. Only to keep secondary benefit we use this word. I have no choice. It's a convenient convenient explanation. And translation to English is, I want to keep my secondary benefit. I'm not ready to sacrifice my sweet secondary benefit. Maybe secondary benefit that I don't have to step into unknown, which I'm scared to make mistakes if I'm by myself. In many cases, financial benefits. In many cases, feeling I am actually a good girl, I am a good wife, I am a good mom. Right? No, again, you are wise people here. You understand, right? It is not that you have no choice. It is that you don't want it. That's again English translation of secondary benefit. Means I actually don't want it to change. Put me one if somehow somewhere you feel you in the drama in some role. Two if you totally above. You 100% inner adult. From the morning you open up your eyes, you do only what you want. It means no excuses, guys. You do your morning, oh my God, meditation, ritual, journaling, self-programming, step into a role, social role in life where you acknowledged, respected, paid tons of money. Yes, people appreciate your inputs and pay you appropriately, and you decide when you work, when you rest, and you have a good balance of passive, active. Probably not everywhere. Because if somebody will put me to, I will think like I can find tons of situations when I exercise my inner victim. I always give example with exercise, gym. Oh, I can be inner adult here, running business, making money, no problem at all. No, it's just the structure of my chart, my personality. When it comes to exercise, I don't know. I think I just don't like gym. I think it's just not working for me, Ricky. There's just too much time. Oh, I actually don't have time. Whoa, I don't have time. I have so many lectures to run. I have no time. No, secondary benefit, of course, right? No need to go push some weights. Okay, so everybody at one? Reno, how do you feel? Moment of introspection. If you guys feel that whatever I'm saying is something new, put me some light bulb. Even if it's something old, but it's nice to hear it once again, put me some light bulb. Moving you into most interesting point. Now, from these case examples, we totally agree that in our beautiful transactional relationship, we always play different roles. So we're totally going to scratch that thing that he's abuser, I'm the victim. No, switching around, seeing that better, seeing him as a mirror, seeing her as a mirror, whatever it is. Now you will ask me next interesting question. Then, Katrina, where is the third side of this triangle? What should make it stable in astrology? And I will draw for you the rest of the chart. So astrology believes it's like the triangle here, stable, ecological, ideal, astrological triangle. It's you, me in this life. The rest of my chart, my friends, my career, my money, your friends, your career, your money, and together, continuous exchange of passive active energy here, existing in this environment of the whole life. Me, him, and life. Beautiful, right? Possible, very rare, yes. Why is this? Because stable astrological triangle assumes that me is complete. What does it mean? That such people don't exist, guys. Of course, it will be more or less. It's not 100%. We cannot be 100% perfect. We are not 100% complete, more or less. But some people getting very damn close to this feeling that life is great. And I am great in this life. And I have choices. This is 3 stages. In astrology, we call it 3 births. Birth 1, I trust this life. I surrender. Life is actually great. Life is on my side. If you feel this sincerely, but you don't need to, chase money. No, it's fun to receive money for something you do just for fun. But if it's not, then it's okay. But something ahead of me is great. And this thing seems challenging today, but it's actually for me. I just don't understand how. No, this feeling of surrender to this flow of life, not giving up. Surrender is not to give up and just sit in some victim position and some dude with some bottle on your head, right? It's not a surrender. It's not a victim role. It's above the drama. It's when you flow on the beautiful river of life. And I'm actually also awesome. Yeah, I know I'm making tons of mistakes every day. Yeah, of course, but I'm still great. I'm wonderful in all my single mistake. I'm fantastic in all my wrong choices. I am great. Life is great. And every second, I have a choice. I said rare. Most likely it's going to be me with a lot of doubts about life and about myself. And definitely about my choices. When I describe it, you say, Katrina, it sounds great. But when this lecture is over, you step into kitchen and you see some problem there, you will forget that life is on your side. You will get angry. Why the hell it is happening to me again? Why is it always happening to me? Why you never? Why you always? Favorite words, right? In our marital discussions. Always you're doing this to me, and never you actually did. So that brings something else. Not always someone. Not always someone. It could be something. But whatever this thing is, or person is, it is brought to this transaction to fill up the gaps. And that makes it stable once again. Shaking. The two transaction was stable when both partners are solid. Okay? We don't know his side. This is not his chart. It's your chart. He's here just a figment of your imagination, representing all significant others in your life. And your foundation is shaking, needs a second pillar somewhere. What it is going to be? In many cases, Abha, you said, no, ecological people, honest, loyal, what they choose to fill up the gap. Work, completely fine. Him, you, and work. His work, your work. Him, you, and I don't know. What else you guys know? His buddies on Friday night. Maybe you have this gap. You don't give them this kind of relaxation and joy that his beer and buddies on Friday give. No? More or less, according to our level of development, according to level of our imagination. In so many cases in cultural context, it's you, me, you, him, and his mommy G here to support missing pieces, right? Or maybe it's your mommy or your daddy or your brother comes to represent the male active energy in your life that husband does not. But that is the root cause. Me with my own incomplete parts. Him, something else, PS5, bottle of gin, beautiful neighbor, fantastic mommy. Something got to help this relationship, and then sometimes it becomes very stable once again. And I have very prosperous fantastic clients who just in this kind of triangle for 10-20 years, and wife is also okay, saying yeah, it's very stable situation we have here. No, I'm not going to advise you on this. I am going to suggest what we can do to have less gaps, and that is my request for you for October. Start, step into the change. It's not going to change by itself. What kind of gaps? What kind of gaps? And what exactly we can see? I feel that gaps, and guys, you know, in our lectures, we don't talk about husbands. Leave them alone. These beautiful people, they have gaps. Oh, for sure. 100% more than you. But leave them. They have their own coach. They have their own Instagram. They have their own trainers. If we are stable by ourselves, life is great. Okay? So for ourselves, looking at our chart only, we are going to see 3 different floors. The most basic, the second level for more advanced people, and for super advanced, super mindful, here could be gaps too. The first basic level, we call it level of the moon. Level of basic emotional and physiological comfort in this couple. It's, you know, if passive energy is not flowing from this woman, if your food is not tasty, if her house is not comfortable, if if she doesn't trust life, if she's it's like endless torture for, for the second person. Imagine in Russia we say this joke that if woman is happy, even cockroaches in her house are all happy. It all depends on the woman. The last cockroach in the kitchen will be happy if the wife is happy. So now imagine wife doesn't trust this life. She's full of anxieties. Life is dangerous. Life is difficult. That every last cockroach in the kitchen has to hire a psychotherapist and, and have this emotional trauma from living in this house. Then what can husband do? This passive energy has to float from somewhere. And actually, in my group of my students, I always see more problems in the passive energy side, in this ground floor. You guys are smart. You are not, you are far from, this archetype of, mama cow. Cow, like loving, nurturing, unconditional love, total passive energy, flow of milk. You moved. You got higher education, multiple degrees, you read so many books. So that is not a problem. The flow of cookies and pies, that is the problem. It's like emotional, psychological, physiological compatibility. That couple, it's a basic foundation of the couple. We share the same bed, we share the same bathroom, we sit on the same toilet, right? We hug, we have some kind of aroma smell around us. That could be a big gap, and somebody has to step in somehow. From somewhere it's going to be filled up. Yes, That is also possible. It's possible that this is completely fine and this woman, look at her, how beautiful, passive, 100% trusting, accepting everything. What else she's doing? Guys, help me. Passive energy definition. Love, life is on my side, unconditionally loving husband, unconditionally loving her children. Do you think you haven't seen couples when she is doing all this and he is running away to somebody else? Why? Because of the second floor, because of yin and yang. Here, this is the level of your sun, inner sunshine for the woman. Interest, hobby, curiosity, joy, enjoyment is what is your spark, what is your genuine interest in this life beyond cooking pies and taking care of children. Game. What kind of game you play in this life? Again, I feel it's a lesser problem for you guys, for my audience. You have your hobby, your interest, you say, go cook your own pies. I'm too busy finishing books. Yes? So think where you are. It's okay, and it's not 100%. It's a little bit here and there. But if she's interesting, exciting, she's enjoying her life with some aesthetic kind of maybe artistic focus, maybe some social role, maybe some kind of recognition from other people outside of the family. It's impossible to leave this kind of woman, right? How much fun it is to be with her. It's literally impossible. It's like, why I say leave? In my experience, two types of people, two types of husbands. The weaker one will stay and cheat. The stronger one might leave. Right? Imagine this. So wife doesn't have much of this, a little bit of that, but also not too much. No, if you're strong, complete, why you will tolerate this torture? Right? Weaker guys, yeah, Abha, I'm with you. Dishonest, disloyal, quietly behind the scenes, so nobody knows. But no, that is their problem. What exactly they do. Our problem, and not only for husbands, for ourselves, to fill up the first floor so we have passive flow of our own energy. This pie is not for children. When we do all these things, especially our rituals, guys, that is a huge source for you intellectual ladies of passive energy. Or you charging your crystals, or you're burning your candles, or you have some herbs and some aroma and bath and all. So many things we can do as a ritual for ourselves. It's just think about it. It has to give it to you. The flow of energy will be coming into you. And the second level is when you express it, when you're showing it. What kind of spark came to you? Now it has fuel. First floor is a fuel. Second floor is a spark. Matches, ignite. It's possible, but very rare that something is missing. On the third floor, we call it inner adult, level of Saturn, level of social actualization. First two will be enough for most marriages. Third floor is for you. What we say here? Science, art, religion, politics. Pick one of or a couple of this four. So something intellectual. We can call it science, I don't know, engineering, something complicated. You can pick up artistic, music, art, creativity, song, book that you write, not read. Reading is a hobby, yeah? Or religion. But again, such religion that is not just going to temple, but you're seriously into scriptures. You're exploring philosophy. Solid. Totally the highest level of mindfulness. Or politics. Like you have sincere interest. What this country is doing, what other countries are into. What can I do to change in this world something that I don't like? It doesn't need that you have to join some corrupted party. You can be a foundations, charity, that I call it maybe politics also. Something that you do to change the social structure of the society. Okay, like it? That's your third floor. And if you have a female that didn't forget about her pies and rituals and has her spark and can be fun, and then she goes on the third level, irresistible. This is also for many of you guys not a problem. I think combination of sincere game of life, just play like a baby. This is second level. Just play for no reason. Just enjoy. Today is Friday. What are we going to do to enjoy today? Right? We have the whole afternoon ahead of us, sunshine outside, children waiting. What kind of game you play, but not like, oh my God, I have to play with my children. Oh, please kill me right now. They want to play Lego. Not like this. Some game that is for you. Maybe it's that game that we play when we learn something new. And yes, passive energy and rituals. What do you guys feel? I put this chart here so you kind of understand when I say we are not complete. Yeah? And all of these three steps, they're sincere, means they're for myself. I'm not making these pies to impress husband. I'm not making this food to feed my children. I'm not running around with chess so husband can say, oh, wow, my wife likes to play games. Wow, I will stay with her. That is fake. That is not going to work. And people, our loved ones, they can read fake. They feel fake. They feel she's not into rituals, she's just faking it. She doesn't like to cook, she's just doing it to impress me. That doesn't count at all. So whatever you love, whatever is your, that is that feeling of inner completeness. I have only last slide and we are doing quite great. How are we doing this time? I promise you. The invitation was for 2 hours somehow. I didn't plan to use 2 hours of your precious life for this. It's the last slide. But what do you guys think? What to do? Maybe you write it better than me. Because that's what that's what is going to be tested in October. All this why people will start kind of snapping, getting triggered by each other in relationships, because the second person in that transaction will show the mirror. Where is your gap? And if you don't want to see it, he will show it painfully. He's just playing the role. It's a soul contract, right? He signed it, I signed it, right? So they're showing to us what we don't want to see as our next step for development. Something uncomfortable, something new, something that requires more efforts than usual. That will come. He will show it like a mirror and we will fight it. Say, no, look at yourself. Look at, like, why are you telling this to me? Even you cannot even do this, right? How will fights start in family? Yes? Why are you always telling this to me? Why you never focus on yourself? Go away, like I know, but I know what I'm doing. And you know you don't. You know that he's just highlighting to you something that actually you can take care of. Uh, wife who is everything. Wife here, wife who is everything. Why she would marry a cheater by nature? What the hell? What am I? What am I stupid here to stay with the cheater by nature? No, no. Inner adult, I have choices. As soon as anything comes to my, even be cheater by nature, it's not going to be a good match in the first place. If husband is a cheater, wife is a cheater. No, she's not running around neighbors. She's doing something else somewhere else. Look, how cheating energy comes. Most likely lying to yourself, betraying your promises to yourself, said you can go to gym, you don't go, right? So cheater nature is husband, wife is always the same. Always the same. Opposite duality of the same. black and white of the same coin, flip sides of the same coin. What I'm saying, the same is the level. Not possible that husband is extremely basic, little kind of groundhog cheater running around with some ladies with skirts, and wife is this supreme judge, master of witch rituals, engaged with cricket, playing games, No, not possible. Why she would stay with him for a second? She would not even look at him to start with. And if something really people say people change, my experience still change at the same speed. Just look at the mirror. I think it's most likely going to be a wife who is thinking she is everything and not looking into the mirror of the husband. Ego, yeah? Ego. We never everything. And even at this floor, you will find a lot of your own shadows. No, shadow has to be, by definition, is 50%. Even with your brilliant work on your shadows, meditations, you discover some of them. Who was that psychologist who said shadow? Probably of Carl Jung, who said it's like a long, long black sock because it's so long. Our shadow has no end, just like a narrow black sock. You roll it up a little bit, you get to know some of your shadows, but it's like, I'm sure this wonderful woman has tons of shadows. So we know everything. It's just interesting what life is showing to us as a next step. That is shown by our partners. Feeling good, guys. Feeling in control, what you can do. Explore your gaps. Every gap has some kind of belief protecting it. I'm not going to bake the stupid pies for the stupid egoistic husband or narcissistic husband here, and I'm going to bake some pies for him. Don't bake for him. Bake for yourself. Screw baking if you don't like to bake. Go spend time sitting on the grass. I don't know, see the moon. Dance around the fire with your sisters, right? So some belief is protecting our gaps. This belief always has secondary benefits. Change them. That we can do. We have choice. Choice is never about, oh, I'm going to pack my bags and move to my mommy with my children. It's not that kind of change. Change is when outside nothing is happening and you sit in your chair with your diary. Yeah? And where is my diary? You sit in the chair with your diary and you write down your gaps and you find out a couple of beliefs behind them and you cry. And that's the real change. Why you cry? Because you feel like, that's me. I'm creating all these things. I'm not asking. That's why people say I have no choice. I have to stay for children. No, stay. Stay for children. Stay. But here, the real work starts when you're writing this. When you write it, this belief is already shaking. Rewrite the scripts of life. Rewrite your beliefs. Familiar, guys? How to rewrite your beliefs. Who is here totally familiar with how to rewrite your beliefs, how to change, how to select the life that you love to have? If you're not familiar, I'm happy to clarify very quickly. How and where? I was writing a couple of choices. By yourself, budget-friendly choice. October 7 Cats Club, welcome. It's going to be a difficult lecture. I'm writing it right now. October 7 next week. That is about how to rewrite your script, particularly about you in relationship. I am bracing myself, but it is about self-programming, but self-programming specifically for relationship, you in relationship. Very, slightly more expensive, but with somebody's help, personal astrology consultation. Yes? That I can do. This I can build for your chart. You know what is every single belief that is creating gaps? I can see in your chart. Be careful, guys, what you show to me. I can see all your shadows. And I know you will deny them, so I will be gentle. I never come to the client and say, ha, husband is cheating, you are the liar and cheat. No, of course I will be gentle. But chart has a beautiful map. And it gives me so much hope because I can see that everything what is written on the chart, it can be a belief and it can be limitation and it can be a gap and it can be a talent. Here comes free will, how you play your music, how you play your chart. And I want to definitely, since season is coming, new astrology batch will start in November or December. Become a pro. Become pro in reading this. So you not only read it for yourself and for your husband, of course, you cannot resist to read his shadows, but you can also help tons of people. Okay, see options. So people who are completely new, who don't know me, maybe some people came from Instagram randomly, you guys start slowly. I could not make it cheaper than 1,000 rupees. I think that's the fee for the Cats Club right now. So guys, less than that, even like maybe I should pay you to join now. Yes, so that is the basic Cats Club, wonderful place, support structure. Who saw that I shared yesterday in my stories? I shared the reel from a very great guy. He is the founder and owner of Danube Group, Dubai, one of the biggest builders in Dubai. He puts reels out every day. Seriously, he's the owner of the biggest construction company in Dubai. He puts up reels every day. So he put up a very good reel showing that you are going to become exactly what is your environment. We know this very well. If you don't have exposure to people who are talking about this kind of things, people who are like this, if people around you not like this, or you meet somebody like this like once in a half a year, then you're not, it will be very difficult battle. Okay, so that's why a club. I'm done. What are you guys going to take home from this experience today? One thing only, whatever first comes to mind. This is our checkout process. Check-in process, put up your video, say hi cat. Checkout process, something for yourself. I spent 1 hour here listening to her. What am I going to take back home? Why this hour was important? Ankita, yes, absolutely. Start writing. You know how to write. You in the club, you know in and out. You have blue diary or red diary? Blue. Right, right. Every day. Pragati, great. Always we have choices. Drama triangle. Now you will see this little drama around you all the time. Just try not to be a scientist so much, because usually when we learn about it, we like to observe drama triangles of other people. And indeed, you're going to find plenty. Absolutely. But so what? It's not about your life. Blue and red, Ankita has, yeah. No, you have a lot of space to write. Beautiful. I like red. Choices to exit. Yep. And remember, exit starts from here. Exit is not exit from the door. Most likely you will remain the same. If you exit from the door, it's escape. That's why maybe people pull up the brakes, because somewhere soul understands that that's not a real exit. And even if you change Johnny to Bobby, Bobby will be exactly like Johnny if you don't change. So it's much better to stay where you are with your wonderful kids and their wonderful daddy and their wonderful relationship, and you just start writing. And that's the real exit. Exit deeper, not to run away. Okay, beautiful. That's the best contribution. You basically, Gopika, you're right. You don't even have to talk to him. October is the best time to stop talking. Like he is not going to change because he is your mirror. And while you're busy talking, you actually the source, the spark is not changing. Then reflection cannot change. Don't fight them. It's like looking at the mirror and say, "You ugly bitch, you like really overweight here." No, mirror will be like, "No, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, yaar. What can I do?" Yes, so we don't fight the mirror. We think about ourselves. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, be gentle on your kids. Please understand, little ones go to gadget not for the not because of wonderful life. They need to have more activities, more friends, more freedom, even if it's really hot outside. I'm saying because it's the main excuse what other parents give us a play date with Shana. No, the outside is too hot, and she has a tutor. So difficult. Okay, see you soon, guys. We'll have more lectures. 7 October, full moon. I'm going to run full moonish kind of emotional, difficult, dramatic lecture about rewriting our relationships more. I hope to see you there, please. And have a nice Friday. Lots of love.